You are watching me, Mick, here on my YouTube channel, Movies TV Mad. You can also follow me on X at Movies TV Mad, on Instagram, Movies TV Mad X, and here, of course, on YouTube, 3 words, Movies TV Mad. You're already here, so you already know that. Season's greetings to every single one of my subscribers. If you're not my subscriber and you've just come in, give me the Christmas present, a like, a comment, and a subscription. Please, it's not a very popular channel. I'm not a very popular person. Nobody really likes me because I speak my mind. But hey, let's be friends and respect each other constructively. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas Eve. If you went out, I hope you stayed safe, kept away from trouble, because life's too sweet to get involved with idiots when you're out and about, right? I had a good time out in Iron Apple last night, but you don't care about any of that. We're here to preview the Doctor Who Christmas special. I never thought I'd be saying those words again. The Church on Ruby Road. Because Doctor Who is back on Christmas Day. Not only that, they're launching pretty much a brand new Doctor already, although we've already met the 15th Doctor, played by Ncuti Gatwa. But we're also meeting for the first time Millie Gibson's brand spanking new companion, Ruby Sunday, which is an interesting name. It's not a lived-in name, is it? Like Rose Tyler or Jackie Tyler or Martha Jones or Donna Noble. It's a bit of sounds like a fairy tale name. So maybe there's a reason she's called Ruby Sunday. Maybe she has a real name, but this is what they called her because they found her on a Sunday. Because she is found. We got people like Anita Dobson in this episode who played Angie Watts in EastEnders. Lots of icons popping up in this new era of Russell T Davies' Doctor Who. I only know as much about this episode as you do. And here's the thing. If you follow me, you know I didn't think much of Russell's 3 60th anniversary specials. I didn't hate them. I didn't think they were terrible. But they didn't feel like episodes celebrating 60 years of Doctor Who. And we explained why. Really, at the end of the day, it's about, I believe the BBC and Russell feel that Doctor Who has a problematic history and didn't want to celebrate bringing people back. Maybe they tried it. I don't know what happened, but it just felt like kind of a normal series episodes of Doctor Who rather than 60th anniversary specials. So they didn't feel very special. Of course, David Tennant, as usual, was magnificent as the Doctor, but the way he was written, it was a bit more, let's say, understated. He wasn't like the 10th Doctor. Basically, he's kind of a little bit less offensive because I think we're being careful that we don't offend people these days with Doctor Who. So instead of the Doctor being a little bit more aggressive when he was the 10th Doctor, a little bit more passionate, this Doctor kind of seems to always say and do the right things. This is what we got with Jodie's Doctor 2, and that's what made her bland and uninteresting. And in a way, even though Tennant was playing him and he was a little bit more interesting and he had a little bit more depth than Jodie's Doctor did, you could see that they're trying hard not to offend anyone. And in the end, when you try not to offend people, you offend people anyway because they get bored creatively. But I didn't hate the 3 specials. They just didn't feel very special to me. But we have this Christmas special, so what's it all about? As I've already said, you know as much about this one as I do. So the whole premise is we're going to meet Ruby Sunday, played by Millie Gibson, a brilliant young actor who was on Coronation Street for years and was outstanding. I'm really happy she's got this gig. I'm so happy for Mills. So she's playing Ruby Sunday, and the premise is a child is in danger from these goblins who like to eat children. That's pretty much what I know. We've seen the clip of Ruby Sunday on the rope and the Doctor jumping on to help her, protect this child. But we do know about a mysterious scene we saw on location in pictures that these long lens people get because people are obsessed with Doctor Who kind of, on set location kind of shoots and getting these pictures. So we saw Ncuti Gatwa at a graveyard and he looks horrified when he discovers a gravestone. And the big question is, because we've been told by critics it's a timey-wimey moment. So I'm very excited to see where this takes us because obviously this sets up the new arc of the brand new series of Doctor Who coming next year around March or April. If you've noticed, Russell's going back to doing things the way he used to do them. Not necessarily in the tone of the show or the way he writes the show, because as I say, he's being very careful to be less offensive to people who are easily offensive. We've heard terms like being seen because, Ncuti has promised there'll be a lot of gay people in Doctor Who, be a very gay Doctor Who, so people will feel like they've been, like they're being seen, a term that I don't particularly like because it kind of gives an excuse for not good depth and characterization. You're being seen, what's your problem? That's all you need to do, right? And that is part of the problem of modern day entertainment. I want to like the church on Ruby Road. I want to love this new season. I'm open-minded. Some Doctor Who fans can be very, very closed-minded, but I'm open-minded. It's a bit like James Gunn's, new DC Universe. There's lots of issues in the way Snyder was treated. How Henry Cavill was treated. He's coming back, then he's not coming back, things like that. But I'm open-minded. I love Superman, and I want it all to work, and I want James Gunn to cook for the sake of DC and the character of Superman. We will see there. But going back to Doctor Who, I want this to cook as well. We will see. The ratings will be interesting without David Tennant, because the ratings were very good, very solid with David Tennant coming back for those free specials. Some people will try and say, oh no, they weren't very good, blah, 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 blah. They were. They were good, healthy numbers, and there's nothing that people can say to change that. It's not about cope, it's about facts. Some of the best numbers of 2023. But without David Tennant, it will be very, very interesting how the numbers go and how many people come in, then watch on the iPlayer. It is Christmas Day, everyone's at home, so they should get some good live numbers. It depends if there was any damage done with the specials and people are just not interested in coming back in. We will see. It's either going to go one way, of course, or the other. But as I say, I'm looking forward to watching this on the iPlayer later on. I have been invited somewhere. I don't know if I'm even going there, but I have been invited somewhere. So, yeah, I won't be at home to watch that. So at the end of the day, I'll have to catch it on the iPlayer. I will be somewhere, actually. I will definitely be somewhere later on today. It's about 7 o'clock here in Cyprus, which is 2 hours ahead of the UK, which means I can't watch Doctor Who live. I would have liked, to watch Doctor Who live, but I won't be able to do that. And so I'm looking forward to watching it on the iPlayer later on. And we'll see what the future holds. I think in a lot of ways, Doctor Who's going to be very, very current day. And it all depends beyond that if the creativity is still there from Russell T Davies. And, if it's not, people will stop coming in. As simple as that, because people do want to be entertained. Whether, times have changed and, certain things are done in certain ways. The people watching TV and films want to watch good, entertaining shit. And, we've seen it with, movies this year haven't made a lot of money. A couple have, Barbie, Oppenheimer, the Mario movie. But, superhero movies are not making money because they're not as good as they used to be. People are getting fed up of watching superhero movies. So they're not making as much money. But you watch Joker Folie à Deux, it'll make $1 billion next year. The Penguin series, people will come into Max to watch it. It depends. It's not about being fed up of capes. It's about making good shit. And, that's the thing with this at the end of the day. Will it work? Will people enjoy what Russell's trying to do? It's going to be very, very interesting. And I'll be here later on to review this episode on X, on Instagram, Movies TV Mad X. I'm at Movies TV Mad on X, of course. And here on YouTube, there'll be an extensive review for The Church on Ruby Road, which I want to cook. I want it to be good. There's some people out there who don't want Doctor Who to succeed because RTD has taken Davros out the wheelchair and things like that. So people, as usual, do have agendas. But at the end of the day, if this episode is entertaining and it works, whether it's got some new ideas in it or not, we know Ncuti and Millie will be singing in this episode as well. That's not a bad thing. We will see and we'll discuss it later on. Have a wonderful Christmas, whoever you are, wherever you are, and I shall see you later.